What is up, beautiful people? It is Friday. It should only be Friday today because it is game day again, and it is Charlotte for the week again. Scratch that. It is USA for the month again.
At least for the month.
At least for the month. A little bit longer, probably. This is episode 3 of this. This is episode 19 overall in the season. So, yeah, getting in there, right? It is every week, right? I was going to say it feels like routine at this point, but coming off of a game, we'll get into it. World Cup started.
So fun
so far. Fun. Games every night. And actually, before we even get into the recap, do shout out the U.S. for standing up and showing out. I mean, every stadium has been sold out. I mean, what an electric atmosphere for pretty much every game. So hope you all are watching. I'm sure you are if you're watching this show. But yeah, been a great time. And now we will jump right into it. The one that matters overall, the United States. That's what we're really here for. And what a start it was for the boys in red, white, and blue.
It was awesome.
It was United States 4 for the week. 4 goals on the board against Paraguay. 1. Hate to see the 1, but hey, it is what it is. To recap this game and put it lightly, or not put it lightly, United States looked like 2013 Barcelona out there in the first half. Fun. That was, and I don't even mean this in a hyperbolic way. Yeah, I'm trying to use big words here for all you guys, but this was the best I have ever seen the United States play in any sort of capacity, in any sort of tournament. I mean, they were unbelievable. Specifically, that first half was just, the stuff of dreams. The way... I would call it poach ball. I mean, that is exactly the way that his old Tottenham teams would play. I mean, just up and down, high pressing.
It wasn't really up and down. It was more like midpoint of the half line.
Good point. Yeah, it wasn't back and forth. It was one-sided, but yeah, it was very high up the pitch from our strikers and our attacking team. And, they literally could not get out. We just had them pinned in. Midfield all over the place. There really wasn't even what I would call a midfield. It seemed like everybody just had the freedom to go where they felt like they needed to within the game. I mean, it was so free-flowing, so fun to watch. Balogun with the first half brace. That second goal that he scored, the third of the match, was,
awesome.
Right to the top corner. Beautiful. Pulisic was, I don't even know what to say. Puli, sick. He was every bit of sick. Yes, he was unstoppable. Subbed out at halftime, maybe a little injury concern. I don't really think it's that serious. I think it was just they were up 3-0.
Until we need him.
Correct. I think that's all it really was. That's the only thing that stopped him, though, was him coming out. He was unbelievable. He
didn't want to come out, though.
I don't think so. I'm sure that was more of just a Poch and a management thing overall, but he did come out at second half. And to be fair, the second half did fall off a bit compared to the first. It was still good. They were good, but we did give up I would call it kind of a lazy goal there, to throw in, and kind of came out of nothing. They score a goal to make it 3-1, but then the substitute Giovanni Reina comes in with a trivela. What a goal that was! I think I saw Taylor Twellman post. It was like a 28 pass sequence that led to that goal. Unbelievable stuff.
And then the outside of the foot with the...
the trivela was, oof. I'm still getting chill bumps thinking about that goal. It was unbelievable. It was the goal of the tournament so far for me. Maybe up until today, what we saw from Mbappe. But yes, up until that, what beautiful goals, beautiful play from the boys. Just an unbelievable game. I'll pass it over to you, Amy, and kind of get your thoughts, and then maybe we'll jump back in.
I think it was amazing. I thought the game they played here in Charlotte was really exciting. I was like, man, we look so good. This is going to be awesome. And then the play and the players and just the connection they had that first game and the excitement and the desire that they showed, it was so exciting. I was like, oh my gosh, this is not the USA we're used to seeing at all, but what a time to show up and show out. I just thought it was great from all players. It was like Tim Ream just sat in the middle circle of the field and just was like, okay, here you go. I'm just going to throw it back in there to y'all.
Just distributed Timothy Michael Reed, as one would say.
Super fun. I can't really think of anybody that had a poor game. I feel like everybody was involved. Everybody was making the tackles. I mean, it just was fire and exciting from
I would agree. And I guess the thought mob that I usually use to use my player rankings agreed as well, because I think every one of them was like a 7.3 or above. I mean, they were all fantastic out there. Follow-up question to that for you, Amy. Playing like that, I mean, how far can this team go if they keep that type of, quality up on the pitch?
Well, I mean, I think we've seen so far in this World Cup, don't count anybody out.
That part?
I mean, like, if these little countries and the debutante teams that are out there, they're coming to play, they have nothing to lose. If we had, and I feel like our players are better skilled players than some of these debutante teams.
Yeah.
If we have the skill and then we have the underdog spirit of no one's stopping us, we have nothing to lose, just go for it. I mean, never chase reality.
As it's
I'm going to go for it. We're in the top 4. I feel like if we play it.
I don't disagree, honestly. Like, I mean, it does seem a little crazy. Like, coming into the tournament, we had kind of, said, hey, round of 16 quarterfinal is, yeah. But, I mean, watching them, I mean, again, not even trying to, like, build up or stand on my team. Like, I feel like out of all the teams I've watched so far, the style that they played with, the substance they played with, the, just killer instinct that they had. I mean, I can see it at this point, right?
Yeah.
I mean, now, again, the thing about the World Cup and this type of tournament, it only takes one bad game.
Yeah, and
right? Exactly. So, you kind of want to, temper it a little bit maybe, but at the end of the day, I mean, I don't know that I've seen a more impressive team. There's been more impressive score lines. There's been more teams that have scored more goals, but the way that they did it, and against Paraguay is not a bad team.
No.
I mean, they're not one of the best. Not at all. I mean, they have some talent on that field. I was not worried, but also this could be a tough game if we played the way we had been, kind of previous to the warm-ups and all that. Wasn't even a doubt, was never a question. I mean, from second one, that game was over, the way that they played. And so continuing that style, continuing that type of quality. Yeah, I think semifinal, final is very much in reach at this point.
I think you can also kind of look at the France-Senegal game today. I mean, we played Senegal, and of course we won. And Senegal was right there with France for a long while until France came out in the second half. So thinking of how we played against Senegal and seeing how Senegal held their own against France today, I was like, hey, what's stopping us? Like, I feel like we could be out there and, like, maybe even giving them more for their money than what Senegal is. And same thing with Germany. Sure, Germany played Curacao. You might call that kind of a walkover.
Smallest country.
But they put up 7 goals, and we hung with Germany. So what's not to say we couldn't do the same sort of thing and have – I feel like we have just as much striking power and scoring ability as a German team. So
it's, yes.
I'm hyped and hopeful.
All of those things, I agree. It was a beautiful, beautiful game, a beautiful start to the tournament for the boys, and let's just hope they continue it. We'll go ahead and jump right into it here in a second, into our next section, Around the World, after our commercial break presented by
the United States of America.
The boys in red, white, and blue, Freebird, Leonard Skinner. All right, and back from break, and it is into our next section, of course, Around the World, as we are calling it for this time. Just give you some standout scores, but really want to focus on our group, Group D.
That's right.
As well as our long shots, or long horses, as we called them last time, right? So we'll get into it and kind of, just give you some updates. Of course, the other teams in our group played as well. It was Australia 2, Turkey, or Turkey, as they like to be called as on the team, 0. Pretty surprising scoreline, I think, overall. Most thought Turkey would win that game. They did not, and in fact, Australia held them to a clean sheet. You do look at the stats. Turkey did kind of dominate the game, 63% possession, 28 shots.
Yeah, 20 more than Australia.
Yeah, 20 more shots than Australia. Shots on target, 2-1. It's 7 shots on target for Turkey, 4 for Australia. So
but 2 of those went in.
That's the only stat that actually matters in soccer and football is the ones that go into the net. And for Australia, it was 2, and for Turkey,
it was
0. So that is the matchup that we'll get into in the next section here in a little bit. But yeah, it sets up for a good game too for the United States after that victory by Australia. Shout out the Socceroos down there. Also, just kind of keeping it within our continent, the other host nations, we'll go through those. El Tri, well, they got El Dos in this game, so it was 2-0 over South Africa. 3 red cards.
Red cards.
Yes, it was. First game of the World Cup was this Mexico game, and I don't know that there has been a red card since.
I don't think so.
But 3 were in this game, so shout out that ref or don't shout out that ref. That's crazy. 3 red cards in the first game, and again, I don't know that there has been one since. And then our boys to the north. Jesse Marsh's team, which, by the way, special message for Jesse Marsh. You didn't get the U.S. job. Just get over it. I don't know if you saw some of the messaging he had, but he's still all bitter about that. He cannot leave the United States out of his mouth. Do so and maybe try to focus on winning some games, because you boys tied Bosnia and Herzegovina. Easy for me to say. Herzegovina. 1-1 in that one. So, maybe focus a little bit more on the Maple Leaf and a little bit less on the Stars and Stripes. That's all I got to say. What about some other scores?
Well, and a surprising result, I think, across the board. Spain put the big goose egg up against Cape Verde, who also put up a goose egg. However, I don't think anyone expected Cape Verde to put any goals in the net against Spain. But they held Spain to clean sheet, and the goalkeeper.
Yes.
He's been the goalkeeper for Cape Verde for the last 14 years. Had 50,000 followers at the beginning of that game, and now he's up to like 11 million.
Not bad.
In like a
more than Victor Wembanyama, more than
like 24 hours. The man has just. Yeah. So what a cool story. Yeah. They were going crazy.
To say a little surprising, this might be the most shocking result. Again, I don't want to say of all time. That'd be recency bias, but still, I mean, Spain, the favorite to win the entire thing against the second smallest nation in the entire field.
And another one of our
debutante of the tourney, and 0-0.
But they will say, this is what I heard them say. And I was like, don't play this down. Let Cape Verde have their moment in their 15 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
They're like, but Spain lost their first match when they won the World Cup last time. I was like, okay, who cares? This is 2026.
Yeah.
Anywho, on to
good note though. Good note. Yeah, not all hope is lost for you Spain bettors out there.
Better get on it. However, Viva France.
That was good. I like that.
Was able to put 3 on the board to Senegal's 1. Mbappe had a brace on that, and Mbappe's second goal insane.
Yeah.
Crazy. I mean, the rope.
34 yards out or so.
Yeah, and then the other goal was scored by a guy within the first 5 minutes. He gets something.
Yeah, Bradley Barcoa. So scored the other.
In Senegal, they had a young kid. Great goal for them, but not quite enough. France got the win in there.
Okay, and then the one we kind of mentioned a second ago, of course, this was a mismatch on paper, and it ended up being a mismatch on the pitch as well. It was Germany, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, put a touchdown up on the smallest country in the entire World Cup, Curacao, who did get a goal, which honestly was very noteworthy. I don't know.
So many fans there.
Yeah, I mean, they went nuts for that goal, and it actually tied it at the time. It was 1-1. Take a picture at that particular point in time, but then, Germany's like, okay, enough of this shenanigans. We're going to go ahead and get the ball in the back of the net a few more times. So, Germany 7, Curacao 1. And then kind of on to our long horses, our dark horses, whatever we want to call them on the show. Mine did not get off to a great start. So it was Ecuador 0, clean-sheeted against Ivory Coast, who put 1 on the board. Again, 1-0 final there. Ecuador hit the post 3 times. They were close. They were probably I don't want to say better team, but they were a little better overall, but still it wasn't the best game, best showing for Ecuador. They do need to get better, obviously, if they want to compete in the tournament like I think they can. Didn't have it in game 1. Is what it is. Amy, what about the other 2 long? By the way, shout out Brian. We didn't even mention, obviously, you see there's not an extra body on the show. Is a way.
He will be here in a little bit, though.
Yeah, he will be in a little bit, little sneak tease for you. But if you want to get his and yours, and we'll
I will say one thing. I would say the Ivory Coast Ecuador game. There's been the Scotland Haiti game. You can be the dominating team, but it only takes 30 seconds in that one goal.
That's what we love and hate about football.
Exactly. So don't let those underdogs hang around too long, because you never know what's going to happen.
Yep.
Well, my dark horse, or long horse, as they'd like to keep telling me that I did wrong last week, long shot, if you will. The Orange, they put up 2 goals against Japan, who also had 2 goals. So they drew. But I thought this was a really great game.
Very
super
good game.
Exciting, super competitive.
Maybe the best game of the tournament so far. I thought both teams were after it. Yeah, very fun.
So game. I think both of those teams high in contention of making it a deep run into the World Cup. And then Brazil and Morocco also. Brian's dark horse Morocco. They drew against Brazil 1-1.
Yeah, which is a great result for them, I would say. I mean, Brazil, we know, is one of the favorites. Morocco, this was a tale of 2 halves type game, right? It seemed like Morocco really dominated early, and then Brazil really put it on them in the second half, but ultimately it ended up in a draw, so all's well that ends well there. And those are the scores we have for you. Obviously, much more. If you want to keep up with any more, well, use your phone. Just go look them up, right? But those are the ones we have for you now. And then it's into our favorite section, the one that started it all, the match day preview, right after this commercial break from, again, the Stars and Stripes. All right. And then we're into our, not really last section, but the one that started it all. It is the match day preview. This time, we've already kind of mentioned it, but it is the United States in Game 2 versus Australia, of course, also in Game 2. This one's Friday at 3 p.m. Hopefully
Seattle.
you've already, in Seattle. Our boy Dusty
City.
Balls will be there. Shout him out. Actually going to be on his way tomorrow. So, can't wait on this one. Like I said, this is a very big game. Both teams coming off opening day wins. The winner of this one, essentially, I mean, both of them are probably already into the next round potentially, but the winner of this one is basically clinched. Yeah, well on their way to clinching their way into the knockout stage. So, big game. Little bit about Australia, as I just mentioned. They are nicknamed the Socceroos.
I like it.
Wonder where that could have come from. Yeah, it is a cute nickname. I'll give them that. They are head coached by Tony Popovic. Very fun name to say, Popovic. Not to be confused with Greg Popovich, legendary. Every time I read it today, I was like, wait a second. Not Greg from San Antonio, Tony from Australia. Matter of fact, he is Australian born as well. Made 58 caps for the Australian national team in his playing days. Well done. Yep. Hired September 2024. They are currently, and I had to update this because you told me otherwise. We got some real-time live rankings going on. They are currently ranked 22nd in the world. Top 25 team right there. They are quality at the end of the day. Never have made it past the round of 16 as a team. So, like I said, that's the furthest they've ever made it. Only once that I saw of as well in their history. So not a lot of pedigree when it comes to the tournament, but they're always there, and they do tend to find a way out of the group stage and then typically losing that first round. So far, Mr. Popovic has had them lining up as a 3-4-2-1, very similar to the way that you'll see the United States line up. They sometimes are a little bit deeper, though, and you could almost call it a 5-flat back, but really and truly it's listed as a 3-4-2-1. And very similar to what we saw from the U.S. on Friday night, they really rely on a high press and then counterattacking off of that. That is what they do. That's what they try to do well. They do tend to give up quite a few chances. If you go look, which I did some research for all of you guys out there. They do tend to hold teams out of the net, but they give up a lot of chances. So when you go back to the qualifying round, they only gave up 0.44 goals a match, aka about half a goal every other game, essentially, right? But their expected goals per game was at 1.13, which is one of the higher ones in their league or
qualifying.
Yeah, qualifying group, if you will, over there, which is not a very strong group to say the least. So they do tend to give up chances, but somehow they tend to save them at the end of the day. So we just hope they're not quite as lucky when it comes to the United States come Friday. Key player, fun for me to say, Nestroy Irakunda. He plays for Watford. He's only 20 years old. Winger from Watford. He did score in the opening match for them. He's that kind of electric do-it-all type for them. He lines up on the wing, but you'll see him come inside quite a bit. I think of him like a Wilfred Zaha was for Charlotte, right, where he will kind of come in. By the way, shout out my coworker who just named his cat Wilf. Different story, different day. But anyway, that is their key player. That is the way that they play. I'll turn it over to you, and then we'll get a little special guest here in a second. But we'll go ahead and knock ours out really quick. What are your keys to the game?
I'm going to tell you right now, if you give the U.S. 28 shots, you're not keeping a clean sheet against
that
us.
part.
I'm just letting you know that.
That part.
Socceroos, you better lock it down there because that ain't happening.
Yeah, 28 chances. Yeah, quite a lot.
You give us 28 chances, we're scoring on a solid 3 of them.
Yeah.
At least. So I think we just need to keep doing what we're doing. Let's not change anything. It's working. If it's cooking and it's hot, keep stoking the fire. That's what I have to say.
Couldn't have said it better. Could not have said it better, right? We are the more talented team. We are the better 100%. Team, just on paper, right? It does take going out to the pitch to actually do it. But, yeah, you don't – if it ain't broke, don't fix it, some wise man once said. And I agree, just continue to play the way that you did. They are going to try to make you uncomfortable in the same way that the U.S. made Paraguay uncomfortable, but we do it better at the end of the day. So there's no real tactical change, in my opinion, that needs to happen here. If anything, I would say not to hold it back by any sort of stretch of the imagination, but just don't go chasing 5 goals early, right? Yeah. If it's still 0-0 in the 25th, 26th minute, that doesn't mean we need to go chasing either. Stay semi-patient. I mean, you want to force the issue, but yeah, we don't want to make any silly mistakes where we have them running, where we have Iracunda running in one-on-one, against Tim Ream, right? So we don't necessarily want to see that. So stay patient, stay within the game, but yes, go and force your will, go be yourselves, and I think the game takes care of itself.
I mean, we're not a Turkey.
Yeah. Why does I have to do that hand? I got to come up with a new motion.
This and this. We're not a Turkey, and we're playing in the States. I mean, I think maybe people think this might be a better match, maybe because we both came off of a win in our first game, but I would have been more afraid of Paraguay than I would have in Australia.
We'll see. You could be right about that. I don't know. I mean, they don't have, they were mainly built from players in the championship, right, at the end of the day, whereas the United States are built out of players in their first divisions, in a lot of them, right? So that goes to show you a lot right there. Listen, we'll see. At the end of the day, it's not just our opinions, though. I think we have somebody else that would like to join and maybe get his keys to the game. We'll take a quick commercial break. We'll come right back, and we'll bring him on as well. All right, and then we have our special guest all the way from someplace called Junaluska. Junaluska. Hey, potato. It is our favorite left-hand side guy here, Brian. We were able to bring him in on FaceTime. Brian, we need some help here. We couldn't do it without you. What are our keys to win against Australia? And then give me a prediction.
Well, just based on how Australia plays, they like to play that low block. So we're going to have to be patient with the ball, I think, and move it around. And then maybe we could score on a set piece or something like that. So just be patient. They like to counterattack, so we need to be tidy in the defensive end. So really my key to the match is, trying to break down that low block. I think we got the players to do it. But like I said, we're just going to need to be tidy on the ball so we don't give up those counterattack opportunities. So for me, it's obviously a win for the red, white, and blue, and I've got a 2-0 victory. My goal scorers are going to be Balogun. How can you go against him?
True.
He's on fire. So I got him with 1 goal, and I'm going to go Chris Richards on a corner kick or a free kick around the box.
Love that. Thank you, Brian, for joining us. Those are great predictions, and we will throw it in there. And then I'm sure Gabby can do some cool editing to that as well. Do something funny there, Gabby. Shout you out. And, yeah, that's Brian's prediction. We're going to go to a quick commercial break again, sponsored by the Red, White, and Blue, and we will be right back. All right, and now back from the final commercial break. A lot of commercial breaks in this one. Shout out all of our sponsors. They're beautiful people. None of them. Yep. But anyway, thanks for Brian for jumping on there. And now it's the rest of the crew. We're going to give you our predictions. I guess we'll start over here with Caitlin, since you're sitting to my right anyway. What's going to happen? Who's going to score?
I'm going to go 4-2 USA. I'm going to go a brace from Balagu.
There you go, Balagu.
One from Pulisic, And I'm going to go one from Timothy.
There we go. Timothy Michael Ream, our captain.
All right,
captain. Nice prediction there. We'll just go in line. I'll go next, I guess. I think we are the more talented team. We're the deeper team. We are the best team that has shown so far in the World Cup. No reason to think that won't continue. So I am going the United States, the red, white, and blue, 3. I'm going Australia, 0. They ain't going to get a goal on these boys. That's the way I'm looking at it. Goal scorers for the match, I am going to go, of course, with Balogun. I think that's going to maybe be a clean sweep. That is my other prediction within the prediction. He's just clinical in front of goal right now. He's going to score 1. Yes, Christian Pulisic as well. He's looking too good. Pooley, sick. He's going to get his first goal of the World Cup. And then finally, Weston McKennie. I think I took him last week as well, but he looked really good in the first game. Attacking midfielder. He's going to make a run in the box, get himself a goal as well. And that's going to be your final right there, 3-0 United States. Amy?
Well, I also have a win for the red, white, and blue. I have the red, white, and blue with 4. And the Socceroos with 0. The red, white, and blue are going to pounce and jump all over those Socceroos.
Okay, there we go.
Red, white, and blue, pouncing the Socceroos.
That's good.
I like
That's
it.
good.
My scores, I also go on Balogun. For sure, Balogun. I'm also going Pulisic. My other 2, I'm going to go with Jedi Robinson.
Okay.
And Serginho.
Another banger?
Yeah,
or
I think banger or header off the corner.
Okay.
One of the 2. And then I'm going with Serginho Dest. I think he's going to get in there and get himself a goal this Friday. So he's been playing well. He deserves one. So I'm going Dest, Robinson, Pulisic, and Balogun. 4-0 for the boys in blue, red, white, and blue.
I'm going to do 3-0.
Good score line. Love
thank
that
you.
One. Yes.
I'm going to say Balogun, Pulisic, and Timothy Michael Ream.
There we go. We got 2
Nice.
Trust
You
me.
can't go wrong with Timothy Michael Ream.
I agree. If we can get him a goal in the World Cup, that would just absolutely make my
Has he
day.
even done a goal for you, for us? For the
I'm sure he had to have at one point. I don't know. I don't know for sure, but
I'm sure he scored a goal in his career, but not for you, Charlotte.
Yeah, he has. Yeah, he did.
he did for Charlotte. I know he did for Charlotte. I don't know about the United States, but
We'll see.
hey, we'll
Friday
find
night.
out Friday afternoon.
Oh, yeah.
3 p.m. Yeah, don't forget. 3 p.m. earlier start. Get off work early. Call your boss. Throw up in the trash can. Tell him you're sick. Whatever you need to get out of that place. Get home. There you go. It's a good call right there. Whatever you have to do, get home, get to the bar, get wherever you want to watch that game to be able to watch our boys take another victory home. As always, thank you guys. Oh, good call. We will go ahead and USA all day, baby. Let's go. Thank you guys for liking. Thank you guys for subscribing. If you hadn't already, please do so. Until next week, this is United States for the month.